Hey, good morning, YouTubers. EXO coming at you bright and freaking early. Literally just opened my eyes. I figured I'd answer some questions for you guys on video. Some of them are kind of mundane, but we're just gonna go ahead and answer them because people have been asking. First up is Nicholas King right here from YouTube, the YouTube comment section. He asked, I'm not looking to build a huge system or do a competition. I have a question though. I have upgraded my factory 6.5-inch components and factory 6x9s to Alpine Type Rs, looking at doing a single 12 in the trunk. All of this is going in a 2013 Corolla, but his question is, should he run separate amps or a 5-channel amp? To tell you the truth, I probably wouldn't do a 5-channel amp. That's going to be a lot of different things for it to be doing, kind of demanding if you ask me. So if you could kind of separate that into maybe a 4-channel and a single monoblock channel. There's lots of different possibilities, but for me personally, I'd probably choose a solid 4-channel amplifier for those 4 different speakers and a good solid single-channel monoblock amplifier for the bass. That way it's a little more reliable and you're not really asking the 5-channel amplifier to produce a lot of power for that bass, because it's definitely more demanding than, let's say, vocals, like here in our doors. Later on down the road, you're probably gonna want more than what it can give you. You know what I'm saying? And Incognito65, a big shout out to you, my man. Thank you for helping out with answering his question, as well as Eric 1998-420. This question is perfect because it's an example of questions that you cannot answer. We'll still go over them in future videos just to kind of drill that point home. What's a good cheap sound setup for loud bass and with speakers and subs? You can't answer it. That's like saying what's the fastest blue car out there, or are red cars faster than blue cars? There's no best sound system. There's only the best that works for you. You know, maybe you have a very small car and you can only afford very small airspace. Maybe some shallow mounts or some really good woofers that perform in sealed boxes might be best for you. Or you got a huge car with tons of room. Maybe a subwoofer that takes a lot of volume, that needs a lot of airspace, will work best for you. And same thing goes for speakers. There's a lot more planning. There's not just the best setup out there. You have to take measurements, you have to take into accountability the price range, how much money you have in your fucking wallet. It's just like automobiles. You can buy a Bugatti or you can buy a Hyundai, you know what I mean? So it's all up to you. So I'm not gonna tell you like a particular brand is best or there's a best cheap setup, but you can spend, you know, like $500 to $1,000 and get really loud nowadays. Technology is changing a lot. I just want to thank Ya Daddy and Nick Louie and Aaron Hobler all for chiming in. Chase Kirchhoff, I hope that answered your question. There's really no answer for it, so that's kind of why I want to touch base on it. Excuse me. God, I'm disgusting. This is from LTZ Bass, coming up over there on one of our video comments on YouTube. He says, how do you demo? Very good question. What things do you keep your eyes and ears and nose on going full tilt? And how do you tell when to hold off and when to go again? This is a great question. I like how he elaborated on it. You know, when you continue to demo, yeah, you got to keep your nose out too. That's a very good point. The best song to pick, it depends on what you're talking about. Are you talking about jamming down the road, or are you talking about jamming in the lanes at a competition? Two totally different worlds, really, because the best song for a demo in the lanes is a song that has one bass line in it, one consistent bass line with one frequency or one note. The best song on the streets usually adds tons of notes, tons of variation, and that's what I look for in a demo song when I'm not competing. If you have a really good bandwidth, or in other words, you can play a lot of different music from high bass to low bass, I look for songs that have variations in bass where it goes boom, 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 boom. So it brings you up to a higher note, and you almost forget about where that low frequency was, so when it finally comes back, it hammers it home, and it really brings a very powerful effect into the music. A lot of the things I keep my ears out for are the mids and highs, because the bass, you know, the bass is always going to be moving shit and always doing a lot, so I like to have something catchy with the vocals first. Say you're jamming it too long, it's kind of a strange, fishy, oily, resiny, burny type of smell. Each woofer has its own smell, but that's another thing you kind of want to take into account when you're demoing. So that's what I like. I like a lot of variation in bass and some really catchy vocals. and to always look out for that nose if you're doing something questionable. Alright, so we have GoPro Mikey coming up next. Thanks, Wraithwalker, for replying to him already, but I'll just go ahead and touch base on this really quickly. I would love to know how to use multiple batteries and wire and charge and how all that works. Well, guy, I gotta say, it is so easy. You're wiring batteries in parallel, basically taking two batteries and making them one. So that's positive to positive, negative to negative. That's basically the easiest way to hook up any battery to another one. You can obviously wire batteries in series and raise the voltage, but we're not worrying about that. Battery banks in the 12-volt world are usually just about making the reserves bigger. The reserve. If you want to know, I can link a quick little video here. I've posted several, wiring up some batteries and stuff like that. So if you want to research some of my old videos, just click in EXOcontralto or EXO wiring batteries and check up some of the things that we posted years ago or even more recently. It's really easy. A lot of people give it a little bit more difficulty than it needs. Thanks a lot for the question there, GoPro Mikey. This video is going on long. Holy shit, I gotta hurry up. Is there a website that lists car shows? Not talking about Facebook, because in the other video I mentioned that Facebook has lists of car shows. Yes and no. I mean, there's like forums and stuff, but I think those things are dead. I mean, there's SMD, there's Keiko. Really, Facebook is the only place nowadays to find this stuff. Mecca, DB Drag, Iaska, and now there's Matthew's organization, which is ISPLL. I mean, there's lots of different organizations, and they all have websites, so I don't know if that answers your questions. You can check out their websites, but if it wasn't for Facebook, I would be fucking lost. I hope that answers your question. 420 Port Kid. Oh god, smoking weed in the port. Fucking hell. Alright, next question. EXO, are you going to the Sundown Audio Show in North Carolina this Saturday? I fucking wish, guys. I really wish. I couldn't really swing, and I got a lot of stuff going on right now. So, probably the next show, maybe Slamfest, depending on how finances work. I'm in the process of figuring out where the fuck I'm gonna live. So, I'm trying to move. Things are really stressful right now, and I'm trying to work as hard as I can. Spydrax Official. Pretty cool screen name you got there, buddy. Alright, moving on here. Oh shit, I don't think I screenshotted his name, but someone asked if this is louder than my van, and Punching Megatree came in and also asked, is this louder than my van? Or, yeah, I can't remember who the fuck asked that, but yes, this system is officially louder than my van ever fucking was on less power. Very impressive. If you guys remember, my van had like 10,000 watts at one point, 4 2600 watt amps from Soundstream, and now we've got now we've got two amplifiers in there pushing about 1300 watts a piece, about 1400 watts a piece, 1360 or something like that. And we're louder. We're almost at 155 decibels and averaging almost 152 decibels in 30 seconds. So our peak is almost a 155, and our average over 30 seconds is almost a 152. Sounds better. It hits more evenly, and I'm just very happy with it. Swipe to the right here. This video is going on a lot longer than I thought. What is the RMS on these nasty woofers? These are the Contralto 18s from Crescendo Audio, and they are rated for 2500 watts RMS. I have a single 3000 watt amp on both of them, but box rise, we're obviously not seeing all of that power. We're probably, at around 3-ish ohms right now, maybe even a little higher than that. So that's how much they're rated for. They're beastly subs. We reconed them once. I fucked up on one of the recones and had to totally recycle some dust caps. Nendo sent over the replacement parts. I was really happy. And yeah, these things are fucking getting down. Let's swipe over. Oh, guys, I think that is it. That is a long video, guys. I think this is gonna be the end of this first Q&A video. Let me know if you liked it. Slap a thumbs up if you'd like to see more. Ask your questions below. I'll even start including a little bit more obscure questions if you want to ask stuff about my life, about my anything you want, about how I got to where I'm at right now, anything. All right, until the next video, guys, this is EXO signing out with my front-facing camera. Sorry I wasn't able to film with the fisheye right now, but my battery's dead and my girlfriend stole all my batteries. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.